Outside in distal to proximal longitudinal capsulotomy, using the greater trochanter as a bony landmark with postless traction during hip arthroscopy. The authors declare no financial conflicts of interest with respect to their authorship and publications of this work. First, using the greater trochanter and the anterior superior iliac spine as anatomical landmarks, establish the anterolateral, anterior, and mid-anterior portals. A radiofrequency probe and arthroscopic shaver are used to debride and delineate the greater trochanter and the reflected head of the rectus femoris muscle. Radiofrequency initiates a longitudinal capsulotomy superior to the trochanter, extending distally to proximally along the femoral neck. Continued proximal capsulotomy exposes the femoral neck, then the acetabular labrum. Soft tissue superior to the labrum is released. The shaver may brace the capsule to protect the labrum during release. A suture hook, preloaded with a PDS suture, is used to penetrate the joint capsule. The PDS suture is then employed to shuttle a high-strength suture for the purpose of pulling the capsular tissue. Radiofrequency exposes the anterior inferior iliac spine, confirming AGIS impingement. The same technique is utilized to retract the contralateral side of the capsule, providing exposure and improved visualization of the opposite joint compartment. The labrum is released using an arthroscopic chisel. A arthroscopic burr is used to eliminate AIS impingement and to eliminate the pincer deformity. Applying traction without the perineal post exposes the labrum. Probing confirms the labral tear. Suture anchors are placed along the acetabular rim for labral repair, typically 3 to 4 anchors. The suture from the mid-acetabular anchor is reserved for capsular closure. The pre-placed anchor sutures are passed through both sides of the joint capsule using a suture hook preloaded with a PDS suture in preparation for superior capsular closure. Traction is released. A radiofrequency probe is used to delineate the margins of the femoral osteoplasty, with the synovial folds on both sides serving as the anatomical boundaries. Arthroscopic burr is used to resect the cam deformity. The reserved mid-acetabular anchor suture closes the superior capsule. Finally, capsular closure is performed. The pre-placed anchor sutures are used to repair the superior capsule. The high-strength suture previously employed for capsular traction is utilized to suture the inferior capsule. Additionally, a suture hook preloaded with a PDS suture is passed through the capsular tissue, and the PDS suture is then exchanged for a high-strength suture to complete the capsular repair.